Each one of our forms is teaching a slightly different principle. So these are not street fighting techniques, these are the techniques to teach you principles and forms of different, you were saying earlier, different perspectives and ways of exploring and looking at a technique. So we'll start with the first one, so cross-hand grab. And so Nick. I've picked on Nick because I've never really done anything with Nick before. Actually, we'll just change hands if we can. And what I want Nick to do is just to be who he is. What tends to happen is we get taught to come in here and do a technique. What we're not sort of programmed to explore is how does that feel. So just go a little stronger for me. So I could go in here and I could bully this through. I could learn to be a bully, do all this stuff, which is all fair enough. Or I could take the opportunity to explore. First fix me, then adjust him. So when I go to technique, I've hit the wall. So I release tension in my shoulders, I change my hips, I change my direction, my posture, I take expansion and I'm just going to drop weight through. And I take the time to feel where Nick is at, rather than in my 20s and 30s it was about how much power can I put through. But I really to me I've missed the boat of learning. The learning is that I want to find and explore where this person is to get to the end of my technique. And hopefully what Nick is feeling is that I'm adjusting me to find ways to unlock the other person, if you like. Does that make sense? So then as you go up through the forms, he's coming in now and it's already happened. Because I've taken all those little nuances I've explored and now applied them. Okay? So every time we go and do a technique and we do hit a wall, it's actually an opportunity now to go, well, that way, that doesn't quite work. Or this way I'm pulling. What about if I just drop my shoulders and body through? So I take that opportunity to use it. That's what I'm trying to suggest for you younger grades to come through. So what I'm going to ask you to do is have someone grab fairly firm and strong and then feel, how would I get around this now by adjusting my body to find technique? For me, I've re-looked at all our techniques, to say, what really makes them work? What are we actually attacking on the person's structure? Or what are we manipulating? I'm not there to obliterate the guy, I'm learning to learn. So for me, Ikkyo, just come with this one so I can see what you. When you're doing Ikkyo, we're always taught this big movement through and nice, which is nothing wrong with it, it's a shape. But what is it actually doing? Can anyone say what's happening to this person? What's it taking away from this person? It's taking his body structure away. The front part of his shoulder for me is Ikkyo. The back part of his shoulder is Shinani. So Ikkyo to me is stealing the intention of his forward shoulder. Here. So at the moment I've got him in a position where I'm floating. He's in a position where he's sitting, if you like. And I have multiple opportunities here. And I often say, nice or nasty, whichever one you want to explore. But for my learning, how would I adjust this person through my body structure? How would I get to the end result of that body structure? This evolves to now when he's going to throw a punch, here, whichever you want, here, first thing we want to do is appreciate the punch. And if I'm a bit worried about the punch, then I'm on the back foot. And then I have to regain from a negative position, if you like. But if I appreciate the punch, I can actually go in and join with it. And then I take my static training and layer that on top of this appreciation of the attack so we can help this person fall over. But the first part is when the attack's coming in. I hesitate, or I'm afraid, and you've got this own battle in your head. I'm worried about getting hit. And when you start doing weapons training, that escalates. So the more I can appreciate the fact that he wants to hit me, here's the mic again, the more I can then join this and experience the connection of the two energies, if that makes sense. So let's go two-handed grab. You were doing one earlier here. And we're going to stay with Ikkyo for now. So up to you how you feel, whether you're left-handed, right-handed. Do I want to go through this hand, or do I want to go through this hand? But I'm still playing with Ikkyo. I'm still stealing his structure through his forward shoulder. Okay. We can then go this way and go this way. Once I understand that I'm controlling his forward shoulder through my body structure, through my feet to the ground, and already I've invited Paul forward on his feet. What you lower grades could explore, how would my body mass help with this technique? So I turn my body mass and turn the body mass back. You see what happened there? By turning this way first, then carrying it back the other way, I've led the shoulder into the direction that I'm looking for. So we used to call that long form, or understanding motion to movement. So what I'm going to get you to do is just quickly for a little while, just get the two-handed grab, see which one you want to explore, and then find which one.